What's going on, homies? Welcome to the Cracked Soccer Podcast, episode number 35. Today, Decision Day is here. The MLS Cup playoffs are on the line. Every goal, every second, every heartbeat could make or break this season. But hold on. Jordi Alba is out, and rumor has it, Neymar could be coming to the MLS. Is that a win or a miss for the MLS? We've also got your U20 World Cup update, where the next generation of stars are lighting up the world stage. And yes, the countdown to the 2026 FIFA World Cup is on. New teams, new hype, and a tournament that's going to define soccer in North America. This is passion. This is chaos. This is the Cracked Soccer Podcast. Tap in, baby. Bang, bang. And Lopez just dropped. I don't know what happened to him.
He was like, I didn't know if he was just like chilling for a bit or if he had froze or something, but yeah, I was like, oh,
No,
he dropped.
dude, where'd he
He's
go?
gone. He's scared.
Yeah, man.
He's scared
No, dude,
again.
he don't want to show his face, brother. He's done. How we doing, Fern? I guess we'll ask Peasy when he gets back. But how we feeling, bro? How we feeling after the weekend?
I mean, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, so
What
not very
happened, dude?
good.
What
I mean,
happened?
I'm sick. First of all, I'm dying, and as
Oh,
a
boy.
result of me dying and being out of it, I wasn't paying attention to my fantasy football team, and I left my tight end
Who'd you lose to?
starting. I don't know, some dumbass. Some dumbass with the last name Reyes.
El Capi got that win, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir. But no. Yeah, I mean, I've been dying since last week. I've been getting sick. I think I should be good now. I'm on my drugs. The doctor prescribed drugs, so.
Chilling. You feeling good?
Yes,
You feeling
sir.
light? Feeling light as a feather. You're seeing things, but that's all right. As
Uh-huh.
long as everything's numb, we're chilling. Well, good, man. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling a little better. I know it's that time of the year, man. So everybody's kind of getting a little bit sick here and there. So we just got to be careful with that. But we'll keep chugging. The nice thing is you're at home right now. You're not in some crazy spot recording this episode, so we're all right. I don't know where Peasy's at. He was on here, so we're gonna continue with the regularly scheduled program. But then when he gets here, we'll kind of just ask him about how things were. But we'll get right into it, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard that we have been running all season. The Cracked leaderboard. And it's been getting, it's spicy, man. It's been a light week last week. There wasn't a lot of games going on, but there were very important, games nonetheless. So let's take a look. Clearly, nothing has moved in terms of the point system, but I'm still up top there with 233. PZ right behind me with 226. So 7 points. It's a really make or break this upcoming match day, so that'll be interesting. And then Fern, looks like you're at the bottom still, my guy, with 206. I think in order for you to come back, you might have to try to give up a few wins or a few points and just call like 3 to 4 games.
Bro, would you guys let me call the score for every single game? Just kidding.
That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. Honestly, what we should do is if we just did that, like for all of them.
Yeah.
Instead of like saying, "Oh, this person's gonna win, this team's gonna win," we just have to call the score for all of them, and then, that would shake things up. I think it would shake things up on your end, as well as if Peasy gets one more than me, or he gets one, like he goes up top. But then, if I get a few, like it could be just game over. But we'll have to ask Peasy. We'll have to see what he says. But I like the idea. I'm not sure how you feel about it. You probably feel good about it. What do you think?
It's over, bro. It was over like a month ago for me. But yeah,
bro, you cracked 200.
Yeah. No, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like getting the score is a bit hard, or at least so time consuming to try and get a score for every single team.
Yeah.
The man decided to show up. He was scared. Sorry, I should have muted myself coughing. But
how dare you?
Disgusting. This week, I was telling Reyes how I was the only one that picked the Galaxy winning, and then my dumbass also picked it as the score, but I called it a tie instead of a win for the Galaxy. Yeah, I didn't even get points for that. But yeah, this week Reyes got 4 and me and Lopez got 3. So not too many games. I think the only one that saved Reyes with that extra point was obviously the Austin pick he had at the end.
Yeah, so PZ, looks like I think it was 7 or so points behind me.
Yeah,
so
he's 7 points behind.
Yeah, so you're 7 points behind me. Fern needs like 30 points just to kind of catch up. But we had this idea, and this is we can do it or not. It's just depends on what the group says. But what if, and this is the final match week 36, I believe it is. It's the last one. If we called every score instead of like every winner, and that way, if you get the score right, like you get 5. But if you don't get any of them right, you get 0. It's the only way that Fern would be able to climb, but it's also a way for you to get like, you can obviously beat me, or I can just run away with it even if I just had a few, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it kind of gives everybody a chance for this last match day. Thoughts?
Tease me, bro. Don't you tease me.
I had a feeling you'd be down, but if we want to play it that way, I'm game. I honestly, like, this is fun, so I'm down.
I'm just gonna call a 1-1 draw for every single game. There's got to be at least 4 of them.
Bro, watch them be no 1-1s. How many? I wonder. You know what? At the beginning of the season, we had a thing where we were like, hey, MLS was on pace for the most 0-0 draws in the season. I wonder where they're at, and I wonder if that's a good strategy, or if a 1-1 is a good strategy, or what like the most average score line is in the MLS this season. Well, it's a good play. I mean, we can definitely wait until Friday to submit those games, those predictions, but I'm just saying that could be an interesting strategy, man. So not bad.
Count me in.
So, I mean, I'm down. I'll be
Okay.
down.
We'll
I'll send all my stuff through text. You guys already know. If there's just a bunch of 1-1 draws, you already know what's up.
I'm just gonna copy every single one that you guys do, and that way, there's no way, you guys can beat me.
So before we get into the crack stuff, I had some news sent over to me from my source that goes by the name AG, and just thought I would share some of this amazing news going on out here in Utah. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I don't know how breaking this news is.
Oh my gosh.
October 13th. When was that? Yesterday. So this is the stuff that happens in Utah. Look at this. You see what that says? This is a freaking Texas man broke into the stadium after hours and stole a Diet Coke, and now he's facing felony charges for a Diet Coke. Is that crazy? On a freaking Monday.
That's what he took, a Diet Coke.
Yes.
The man
guy
must have been
caught a felony.
parched.
I caught a felony for a Diet Coke, dude. That's crazy.
Dude, what the heck? That was not what I thought you were gonna share, by the way. But that's funny.
I don't know. I don't know what else I would have shared. It's a soccer podcast. Come on.
Well, because he posted something about his co-ed team and division.
No. We're in division. Ours is Division 3. That's the one that matters. Oh, you made me lose my train of thought, dude. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Something about the Texas guy, but anyways, hopefully the Diet Coke tasted good and worth your felony charge. But I mean, next time, I probably would assume that he was under the influence of something. So make better decisions next time.
I'm gonna send it.
Send it, dude. Okay, no, so we'll kind of get into this, the crack performances. I'll go ahead and kick us off, guys. So for my correct performances of the week, my player that I've only done once. This is my only time I've ever given this award to this player all season. And
Fern.
To be honest, I mean,
it's finally fucking happening, man.
Look, honestly, yes, like the guy has deserved it so many more times, but I definitely wanted to keep it for the end because he's done, I mean, just an amazing job this entire season. You know what I mean? Like 9.4 player rating this last week, 2 goals, 1 assist. What's new? He leads the Golden Boot race currently with 26 goals. He's right in front of Dennis Bouanga, which has 24. And there's a final match day this Saturday for him to obviously potentially run away with it. So, the one thing I did want to share on this one was, obviously, yes, he scores goals, top scorer. But I almost feel like every time he scores, he obviously has an assist as well. And I think this last week, the assist that he had, if you don't mind pulling this up, Fern, he did have a pretty solid assist to a very close friend of his. And what a way to send him off, right? What a way to kind of cap off this journey, but with that kind of a pass. I mean, that is so difficult to do. And what a finish by Jordi Alba. So, I mean, come on. Well, there's nothing else to say. I mean, this guy is ridiculous. He's, changed the game forever. He's going to go down as one of the best ever to ever do it, if not the best ever to ever do it. And I think it's just awesome to see him do that in the MLS. So hats off to you, Leo Messi. You get my cracked player, my final cracked player of the regular season. Congrats. Hats off.
When never mind. I won't start this.
So, we'll kind of leave it at that. Obviously, if you had any, other questions about it, you can DM me if you would like, but we can discuss it at a later date. Next, going into my correct game of the week. The reason I picked this one, not because of a big scoreline, but primarily because of the intensity that I saw in this Orlando versus Vancouver game. Crazy game, to be honest. Orlando obviously fighting for like a top spot within the Eastern Conference. Vancouver, a top team in the Western Conference. Obviously, they're still fighting for that number one spot. But I think the reason too that I mentioned this one is because Vancouver came out so hot at the beginning of the season. Everybody kind of had them as the number one team, the best team, the team to beat. Then they kind of had that slump, right? Kind of dropped off a little bit. They lose a final bad. They lose a couple games in a row. They lose on the road. They lose at home. And then all of a sudden, man, they're just coming back. They're coming back to life. They sign Mueller. It's like a whole different team now, whole different dynamic, whole different mindset. And for them to come back and win a game, I think it was 2-1 against a good Orlando team that came out early and made it 1-0. I mean, hats off to them. Hats off for them to kind of getting that done and staying in that race for the number one seed. So way to go to Vancouver. I think they're peaking at just the right time, just going into the playoffs. So well done for them. And then if you don't mind, dude, I'm not sure if you saw, I also had another timestamp there for this game, Orlando versus Vancouver game. This is an interesting part in the game where you can say, hey, was this in or not? It was from the coach's son again, but this was ruled no goal. Watch the other replay on this, and you tell me if this was in or not. Wait for it right here. I think there's a better angle in a second here, but closely take a look at this. I mean, to me, that looked in.
I don't know, bro. I don't think that was all the way in.
Hold on. Watch right here. There's another one right here. They have a better angle right here. Look at this.
Oh,
that's
shit.
It.
Yeah,
that's in to me.
In. That's so
that's
in.
It.
That's so in. Oh, that's
that was
crazy.
called no goal, boys. That was not a goal. Luckily, Mueller came and saved the day at the very end to cap off that 2-1 win. But I don't know about you guys, but I thought we had goal line technology in the MLS. Do we not?
They don't believe they do.
Wild. Why the hell would we not have that?
Exactly. And there's another big league that doesn't, that also surprised me, which is La Liga, because there was a similar situation. And I'm like, how is it 2025 and these leagues don't like have it as a standard issue type thing,
Like, clearly you guys can have it, so why not have it? So that was one of the things that I saw in this game where I was like, dude, goal line technology VAR has to be in the MLS. It makes no sense to not have it. Goal line technology above VAR, I would say, just because things like that, like you can clearly, it's a very clear and obvious, technology. So why not have it? But that was something that I wanted to point out for this game. Hats off to those two teams for obviously putting on a great show, a great game for my crack game of the week. Going into my last part, my pour one out. Have to pour one out for both FC Dallas and RSL because they could have clinched, boys. They could have clinched their road, or I guess their ticket to the 2025 playoffs. But sadly, they lost. FC Dallas loses to LA Galaxy 2-1. Galaxy strikes again, plays that, not so fast, and they obviously end up losing. And then RSL losing 1-0 against, a good Seattle team. But, we were kind of had high hopes, but Seattle's a tough team, so, it is what it is. But it's obviously very sad that they didn't get in. There's still a chance, so it's not over yet, but they basically have obviously now leave it to decision day to be able to get in or not. So we'll be watching closely. Hopefully they can get it done, primarily RS. But yeah, they could have done it, but they didn't do it. So I have to pour one out for those two teams. So that's my performances for the week.
And then as we go into the intermission for my boy Lopez's, I want to go back to the Texas Man saga because I was reading into the story a bit more. And the funny thing is that he grabbed the pole to break the fridge to get the Diet Coke. And then I guess so he ended up breaking it, and then after realized that it was unlocked and he could have just slided the door open. So
jeez, bro. I mean, I guess when you really want a Coca-Cola, nice DC, I guess ain't nothing stopping you, bro. That's wild to me. That's an insane story.
I was gonna ask too, because I was wondering, like, did this guy just break in and use a vending machine or something, but now that gives more context. I understand it now.
And I'm pretty sure if he wouldn't have done that, there wouldn't have been as many damages as he had caused.
Yeah, I mean, when you damage property, I mean, You're kind of screwed at that point. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. I'll go ahead and let you take it from here, Lopez.
And that's why it's important to teach critical thinking skills in schools, get you out of trouble from stealing Diet Cokes. But, alas. So, let's get it. Starting off with my player of the week. We already shouted this man out. We saw the beautiful goal that he scored. Throw him up there. Jordi Alba, giving us the heart as he breaks many hearts as he leaves the MLS, retiring this season and leaving a void for sure. So hats off to you. We saw that beautiful goal that he scored. I think it was the second goal in that 4-0 win against Atlanta. Miami was just absolutely dominant with 58% possession. Messi just giving that beautiful assist over to Jordi Alba, sending him home for the regular season. It's just wonderful. So, like Reyes said, what a way to go. Shouts out to you, Jordi, and what a game. What a finish so far this season. 45 appearances, 8 goals, 12 assists, playing a total of 3,712 minutes, 2025 season. So what a way to cap it off. Going to move on to my match really quickly. We've already also touched on this game as well. Looking at that Miami versus Atlanta game, I already talked about that 58% possession by Miami. But it mattered as well because Miami locked in a round 1 home field game, and Messi also, as Reyes mentioned, extended his Golden Boot lead. I think another stat that I saw highlighted was that it was a record 9 multi-goal matches in one season for Messi. So hats off to that man as well. And then what an absolute domination of Atlanta. Atlanta, I would pour one out for you, but instead I'm going to be pouring one out for the Texas guy that caught that felony for breaking in and trying to get that Diet Coke. I honestly didn't have any other better pour one outs for today. So my gosh, why is my mic like in and out? Had to pour one out for my Texas, my guy from Texas.
Do that. I got to see a picture of this guy too.
Is there a mugshot? Yeah, let's put this guy up on the screen, bro.
I'm just waiting for Don. What's that guy's name? Don Diggle, the guy from Fairly Odd Parents.
Doug Dimmadome?
Doug Dimmadome? No.
Don Dimmadome, home of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
I'm Doug Dimmadome.
I can't find it. It says there's a video somewhere and like footage of him breaking the stuff, but I haven't been able to see anything.
You got to get more context of the Texas man, because if he's from Austin, he gonna look different than if he's from Dallas, or if he's from from Houston, or if he's from Amarillo. So we got to find out.
Well, we'll have to close off the sagas one of these
Fern.
days. Once I get that video, you guys will see it.
Take it away, Fern.
You're done?
Yeah, bro, watch. It's going to be Fern's mugshot when we pull it up. It's like, it was me. I'm from Texas.
I'm not.
But yeah, no, I am.
Texas, man.
I am done. That was it. Quick and dirty. We had already discussed a lot of what had happened over at Miami, so
yeah,
hats off to him.
That's literally what I was telling Reyes. I'm like, there was 6 games. It's going to be a lot of overlap kind of right now, but obviously I had a shout out to Mr. Clutch, Tomas Mula. This guy is pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie. He's not as flashy as like a Son who came in and has been nonstop scoring, but this guy has after this past weekend's game, he has 7 goals and 3 assists in 7 games for the Vancouver Whitecaps. And not only was this past game his 7th goal, it was actually the goal that put Vancouver into the number 1 seed. And they should hypothetically be keeping that. Should be keeping that score. What is it? San Diego's one game behind them, 3 points, and they're playing this weekend. So we'll see how it goes. I didn't see what the goal difference was. I don't know how much of a chance San Diego has. I'll check real quick. So there's a 3-goal difference. So San Diego would need to win by. Oh, that's the point. Sorry, the goal difference is 10. Never mind. There's no way.
If they win,
they'd have to win by 10 or something. Vancouver would have to lose by quite a few, and
Yeah.
I don't believe FC Dallas is going to put quite a few past Vancouver, if I'm being honest. So yeah, shout out to Thomas Muller. Shout out to the German legend. Excuse me, had to do a little cough, but my game of the week was actually the LA Galaxy versus the FC Dallas game, just because as a RSL fan myself, as a mid RSL fan, not a super fan, they ended up beating FC Dallas, which it wouldn't have like confirmed that RSL was out, but it would have made it a lot harder had they
Yeah.
gotten that extra point. They would have been up by 3 points. Right? No, yeah, 2 points. Sorry, they would have been up by 2 points. So that would mean RSL would have to win, which they have to win regardless. Or they could tie, but then they'd have to same thing. A lot of goals will have to be going in. But that's kind of why I had the LA Galaxy as my game of the week for helping keep RSL in. Like we said, pettiness games are the ones that help the teams the most. And I just had to pour one out for my fellas out in Orlando because they did lose. I didn't see that goal, that phantom goal that Reyes just showed us until just now. But I just wanted to pour one out for them because I don't know if you guys noticed, but depending on how this next week goes, they could drop down to the play-in game. So they'd have to play one more game going into the playoffs. So they need to win. I mean, they're guaranteed in the playoffs, but that play-in game can be a little dicey. So I know they for a fact they don't want to be there. You know, hopefully they lose, and then they get knocked out. But they're playing Toronto. So if somehow they lose that, then they deserve to be in the play-in game. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, shout out to Orlando. Good job on pooing yourself. And we were somebody was talking about the Golden Boot race, and I just wanted to, throw in a quick fact about the Golden Boot race, which I'm pretty sure you guys know. Like Reyes said, Messi has 26, Boanga has 24, Sam Surridge has 23. But there's one big stat line going around the league right now, which if Messi ends up winning the Golden Boot, he would be the first player in MLS history to do this record. Do you guys know what it is?
Probably like multi. No, I feel like I did hear about it, but I would say like multiple like hat trick or multiple goal games, but I don't know.
No, he would be the first MLS player to win the Golden Boot without a single penalty in the entire season. So,
That's cool.
if it goes into it this Saturday, he could possibly win the Golden Boot and has had no penalties all year. I mean, he could have taken some, but he hasn't. I think he took one and he missed, and that's the only one he took all season.
Oh, no
so,
way.
Yeah.
Dang. Dude, that's wild actually. That's honestly insane. To have that many goals and not one of them was a penalty. That's pretty nuts.
Boanga has 7 and Surge has 5.
Oh, okay. Makes it that much sweeter, bro. I mean, I guess they can't call him. What do they call him? Bessie. Can't call him that anymore, bro. That ain't a thing. That ain't a thing anymore.
Bro, don't get me started.
I'm not.
I don't want to get you started, bro.
That was not meant to rile you up because I know they have the Bessie thing and they have the Penaldo thing. Like, I get it, but like, I mean, like I said, that's awesome.
At the end of the day, the Penaldo, the Pesci stuff is like they're always going to be the ones taking the penalties, bro.
Yeah, it's a petty stat.
Literally the most clutch players on their team and the people you rely on. So obviously they're going to be taking penalties. So
yeah, exactly. So nice, dude. Well, solid stuff, dude. Love the crack performances. Loved everybody's. I think it was awesome to kind of get those final regular season correct performances of the year. So hats off to y'all. I know it's not easy kind of coming up with some of those. So, good stuff. But let's go ahead and get right into the headlines, boys. Biggest thing on everybody's mind, at least my mind, and everybody probably here's mine, the MLS Cup playoffs, boys. It is ready and it is hot. Decision day is this Saturday, boys. 15 games this Saturday. Absolutely nuts. It's going to decide the playoffs. It's going to decide the rest of the season, who goes up against who, and it's anybody's game at this point, right? So we'll see what happens. But just to kind of pull up a little bit of the storylines that are going on for this Saturday, I'm sure you guys are aware, but the Eastern Conference is already set. So there are 9 spots. 9 of them are filled. Charlotte, Chicago, Columbus, Cincinnati, Miami, Nashville, New York City FC, Orlando, and Philadelphia Union. The Red Bulls break that streak. They're not in the playoffs. That sucks for them. New York City FC also mentioned that they're going to play all of their playoff games in Yankee Stadium, which I believe Fern had some comments on that because apparently they know ain't nobody get it done in Yankee Stadium, but they say otherwise. What do you think about that, Fern?
I think they need to get their own stadium is what I think about that.
And the great thing that you mentioned that they are building one. Did you know that? It is being built right now as we speak. So I don't remember when it's going to be done by, but they definitely listen to you, bro. So good
Yeah.
job.
I mean, I feel like it was bound to happen. Not say like I don't know. Red Bulls is technically the older team in New York, but if you want to count success wise, I feel like New York City FC has been more successful than the Red Bulls. It seems like oil money is better than energy drink money. So yeah,
Ooh,
I mean
clip
they
that.
I mean that's a great achievement to go 10 years making it into the playoffs. But you went 10 years going into the playoffs and never winning once, and New York City FC did it in that time as well. So
Ooh, you really know how to make it burn, dude. So yeah, Eastern Conference, very very exciting. It looks very very good. I think another one that I was gonna mention too. Who was it? Eastern Conference. I forget exactly what I was gonna mention on that last one, but anyways, yeah, Eastern Conference is done, and then Western Conference is yet to be filled. 7 of the 9. So Austin, LAFC, Minnesota, Portland, San Diego, Seattle, and Vancouver are in. We're waiting for the last 2. So your guys' thoughts on this. So basically, who gets in the wild card spots, right? So it could be FC Dallas and Real Salt Lake. Again, they could have done it last week. They didn't get it done. So now it's up to decision day. But Colorado and San Jose could jump the line for both of those teams and get in if Dallas and RSL lose. So, who has it up? Who are they playing? What do we think? Do we think Dallas gets in, Real Salt Lake gets in, or no?
Jose,
Give me who Dallas plays and RSL plays first.
yeah, bro. If that's the case, I'm going RSL, dude. Freaking Dallas has to play Vancouver, which, like I said, they're already in first, and it's going to be tough with them being 10 goals ahead. But I'm pretty sure Vancouver's going to want to end the season, this great season that they've had, on a high. And
Yeah.
as long
Are they playing
as
in
long as
Dallas
ours,
or Canada?
let me double check. But as long as Real Salt Lake does not choke, they're playing in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so RSL's playing St. Louis, so hopefully they don't choke.
Does Colorado need to win to make it in?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
if
they need to win,
and they need both of these teams to lose. There's no way Colorado's doing that either. So like, are we chilling if Colorado loses and Dallas loses and we lose? Like what are these scenarios?
Correct.
If RSL wins, I'm pretty sure they're in as long as Dallas loses.
Yeah, so I think because Dallas, let me look it up. Let me look up the table right now. But basically, obviously, what you want to do is you want to just win, right? If you win, you kind of hold that possibility into your own hands. Like you kind of have that. But let me double check the tables. So yeah, RSL's in 9th right now with 40 points. Colorado is in 10th with 40. Dallas is in 8th with 41, and then San Jose in 11th with 38. So if Dallas and RSL win, they're in. Done and done. Done deal, right? If Colorado wins, which they're playing LAFC, so good luck. If they win, and if RSL lose, Colorado's in. If they win and Dallas lose, they jump up to the 8th spot. So they'll be 8th. If San Jose beats Austin, hey, they're 9, 40, 41. And yeah, and what's it called? RSL lose, then San Jose gets in. And if Colorado loses, then obviously San Jose gets in. But then obviously if FC Dallas loses, they'll be in. But if there's a lot of different like situations here, but basically win to get in, and for FC Dallas and Real Salt Lake. The other two have a little bit more of a web to kind of get through, but it's very close.
So RSL's got this, man. Yeah. Just got to cheer on the whole team.
I mean,
yeah, they do have the best odds here because they do play St. Louis. But the thing is what I was going to mention to you guys, right? It's like St. Louis, yes, not the best performance this year, but they've played, gotcha to many teams this year. But we never would have thought. So, did you pull it up already, Fern? Are they in St. Louis or are they in?
yeah, they're in St. Louis. No, they're in St. Louis.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, you're going away. Please get it done. But could they lose? I wouldn't put it
Bro,
past
it's going to be karma for all of us dogging on St. Louis, the fan, all season. What's his tag on TikTok?
The
The City Boys podcast,
Boys.
bro. We've been dogging on him all year. Watching St. Louis is just going to come out and just destroy RSL and crush our dreams, and they'll just be sad. But not good.
You know, did he even call me out? He called me out this last week too. He was like, worst team, worst performance. I was like, bro, this season. Relax. This season, not worst team. This season, worst team this season. Okay. Relax. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I want them to win. Like I'm sure the rest of you do too. But could I see them losing? Absolutely.
I could, bro. RSL just it's very on brand for like most Utah teams. Just absolutely choking when it matters most. So I don't know. I don't want to put it out there. Knock on wood. You got this, RSL. I believe.
Yeah. So I'm hoping for a 5. San Jose beats Austin like 5-0 and somehow gets in to the playoffs if Dallas lose and Colorado lose. But San Jose's got a very tough road as well. And I called them going into the playoffs this year, but I don't think that's happening anymore.
If
That's
FC
tough.
Dallas somehow wins as well and the Portland Timbers lose, they could jump out of the play-in game.
There you go. Yeah. So a lot of implications, a lot of different things that can still go on, even in the Eastern Conference. Because it says in the East, if Chicago Fire and the Columbus Crew, they're going in the wild card spots, but they could qualify directly to the round 1 best of 3 if they win, right? But also similarly, Orlando City and Nashville could drop into the wild card spots, which you mentioned, Fern, with Orlando. They could also drop to the wild card match if they obviously lose. So, and then I think this other one, home field in the East. So Charlotte, New York, and Nashville are vying for the East number 4 seed. So basically, that's a spot that gives them home field advantage for their first round, best of 3. Charlotte are currently number 4, but are only ahead of New York City on the first tiebreaker, which is most wins and tied on points. So Charlotte also needs to get it done just to get home field advantage, which, if you ask me, that's a big up for them because Charlotte definitely knows how to get it rocking. So that's another cool one. I don't know who they play. Let me double check what they got going on. Charlotte they play Philly. So they would need to beat, which could happen.
Crazy
because Philly's
game.
already won. Philly's already number 1. So do they play their guys? What do you guys think? Do you think Union plays all their guys and lets Charlotte secure that 4th or no?
See, this is sort of kind of what I was saying. I'm sorry, guys. I'm freaking dying over here. What I was saying with the Vancouver Whitecaps was, they're already number 1, and they'll probably want to finish the season strong. I don't know if they'll play their number 1 guys because this is the 18th. When does the playoffs actually start? Like, do you know what date?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because depending on how long of a break they have in between, that'll kind of help me decide whether or not they'll play their top guys. Playoff schedule. It is October 24th, so they'd have a week to rest. So I could see them playing their guys and wanting to finish the year off strong. Just send it. How close are they to breaking the record that Miami set last year? Do you know?
For what points?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to beat it, to be honest.
Let's see. I know it's like 74, so they're pretty close, honestly. If they would have won maybe
I think
2 more games, they probably would have got. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's out of reach.
So, I mean, yeah, there's not much going into it besides wanting to finish the year off strong, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, there's definitely, like we said, a lot of different things kind of going on, but we'll just kind of wait and see what some of these go. But then, like you guys mentioned too, the Golden Boot race, do we think Messi takes this? Do we think Messi maybe plays, maybe not even playing, and with the 26 that he gets in? Because I also was thinking, okay, well, Bouanga's right behind him. Bouanga's definitely no stranger to hitting a hat trick. Like, he can definitely do it. But then Sam Surridge is also no stranger to multiple goal games.
Do you know who Sam Surridge is playing, though?
Who are they playing?
Inter Miami.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Man, well, there it is right there. And LAFC's playing Colorado. So, I mean, that race is interesting in and of itself. I think Messi probably runs away with this one. But again, the other two are very close. Do we think they can have a 3+ goal game given who they're playing?
So, Sam Surridge needs to score 4 goals.
And
Messi needs to score 0. Yeah. Bouanga can score a hat trick and take him up by 1. This will be tough because, like you said, kind of mentioned with the previous games, are they going to be playing their guys? I'm pretty sure most of these guys are going to start. I don't remember the last time Messi was subbed off a game, so I'm assuming he'll probably play the full game. The question now is, will these players, like LAFC's coach, is he going to want to play his best players the entire game going into the playoffs? Is he going to sub them off? Does Dennis Bouanga care about being the Golden Boot winner? You know, some people try to act nonchalant and be like, you know what, I don't care. Like Saquon Barkley when he could have broke the record last year and he decided to sit out going into the playoffs to act all cool and stuff. Like, no, bro, get the record. Come on. Well, nobody's going to think you're greedy for wanting the record, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I can see it happening. Like you said, Dennis Bouanga he scored 3 hat tricks in 3 games in a row a little bit earlier in the season. So, you know, don't bet against them. They're playing against the Rapids, not one of the best teams in the MLS this year.
But they are fighting.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So.
And, I mean, the way Messi has been going, if you look at his thing, he's pretty much getting like, or not anymore, but he was pretty much getting 2 goals every single game for a while.
Probably
so
averaging around there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, either way, it's kind of interesting because, Nashville's going to want to win. They don't want to drop to the play-in. It's going to be in Nashville, and people are going to show up to watch Messi. But then, like you said, LAFC definitely, could easily beat Colorado, but Colorado, too, is trying to get into the playoffs. So, I think it gets dicey. I think it's a little bit interesting, not just for placing, but also for the Golden Boot. So my bet is definitely just Messi probably wins it, but, definitely could be some changes depending.
What you think, Lopez?
I think Messi takes it, bro. Like, just based off of all the information that y'all just gave, I think it would be cool. What if we just watch Sam Surridge go on an absolute tear and just drop 4 freaking goals? Like, I'd lose my marbles, but
yeah.
Do we think that's likely? No. Is it possible for Bouanga to pull that off? Maybe a little bit more likely, but I want them to care. Going back to Fern's comment, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I want them to care. I want Bouanga to go and just put like an absolute clinic out there and just like show out and be like, heck yeah, I pulled that off. I took that away from Messi, one of the GOATs, I don't know. Or is it the respect thing that you then go and just let the GOAT have it, right? Is it glory, or is it saying like Messi can have it, like he deserves it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to think that, but you never know. You never know if they do think that, so we'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting, man, for sure. Something, too, I saw that the LAFC were finished anywhere. LAFC could finish anywhere between 2 and 4 in the West, which gives Son and Dennis Bouanga extra motivation for the visit to Colorado before the October international break. So this is also something that I was gonna discuss this last week, but given now that it's this time of the year, there is another international break, right, in October. So, and I think in November too. So, or maybe November, October, whatever the dates were, but essentially there's going to be another international break while the playoffs are going on. So I don't remember exactly, but this could also play a very big thing into the playoffs because, you're obviously wanting to qualify for the World Cup, but then now like you're sending so-and-so off to qualify. And then, they kind of put this in the back burner,
It already happened.
But there's one in November.
Oh, in November. Yeah. Sorry. I thought you were saying October. It threw me off for a sec. Yeah. The one in November is from the 10th through the 18th.
Yeah, so check and see. Okay, 10th through the 18th. Check and see when the playoff, like the dates for the MLS playoffs are. Like decision days Saturday, play-ins are next week, and then I want to say rounds, like the first rounds, like the best of threes, start around November. No. So
decision day October 18th, like we just mentioned. Wild card matches are October 22nd, so that would be this next Wednesday, and then the best of 3 series goes from October 24th through the 9th, which, look, they thought about it.
Okay.
Because it ends on the 9th. What did I say the international break was? The 10th through the 18th. And then, this is kind of annoying. So, the best of 3 series goes, and then the semifinals comes back on the 22nd of November.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So, they have what is that? 11? No. Yeah. 2-week break between those playoff games, which I don't know how much I like that, honestly, looking at it. Like, imagine going into some of the biggest games of the season, and then you take a 2-week break, and then you come back to the biggest game of your season, whether this is going to decide whether you go into the final or not, and you just came off a break. And a lot of these players, like,
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what teams go, but a majority of these players are not going to be playing in these international games. Some of them are going to
Mm-hmm.
be resting, training. Which, yeah, I mean, everybody knows training gets you prepared, but nothing prepares you as well as actually playing in the games. And taking that break is just gonna. I don't know what it'll do, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I think that kind of comes, and we'll probably discuss this at a later date, but that kind of brings up the question again of should the MLS change the calendar season, like the way that they have it in the summer? Do they change it to accommodate to everybody else because everybody else takes the breaks around then? We won't get into it today, but that's just something to kind of think about again for the next episode and see if that's actually something they should do. Maybe we discuss it during the break. We can kind of fit an episode in and kind of see what goes down. But
Yeah.
Anyways, solid stuff there. Lots of stuff going on for the playoffs, so I wanted to spend a good chunk of time with that one. Another thing that I kind of wanted to bring up too for you guys, this was brand new to me that I learned. So the MLS Next Pro, they also have their playoffs starting up here pretty soon, and they do something very interesting in the playoffs. For those of you that don't know, and I think this is like their third time doing it, so it's not like it's brand new this year. They essentially have the same somewhat of a format for 1 through I think 8 or 9 get in. And then what they do is numbers 1, 2, and 3 get to decide on who they play for that first round of the playoffs. So I think 8 and 9 do the play in, and then whoever wins, they're all in. It's 1 through 8. And then, 1, 2, 3 get to decide on who they get to play. And it could be, obviously like whoever and, the higher seed or the lower seed. And then whoever doesn't get picked from the top 3 ends up playing the 4th place team. And that's kind of how they do it. But a bit of an interesting strategy, I think. What do you guys think about that in terms of could it be done in the MLS? Should it be done in the MLS? Or just in general, like how those playoffs work? That's kind of wild.
Bro, give me this in the NFL. Give me this everywhere. I want this. Like, feed me more of this. This would get, I don't know, man. Just even looking at the article that you had shared with us, number in the West, somebody had picked like the last year's champions, right? And just like essentially calling them out. Like, I want to see more of that. Like, yeah, it's cool. Like, teams are like, okay, maybe we can get that underdog story of this team pulling it off and beating the number 1 seed or whatever. But like we can still get that. I just think it'd be cool to see some of these teams like taking it personal and making these rivalries like go next level into these playoffs. I don't know. As a fan, I think it'd be entertaining. For the purists, I know that you're probably going to be like, "No, that's so stupid." But hey, give me some more of that. I don't know. I think it's cool.
What do you think, Fern?
I mean, it's a pretty wild concept. I'm not gonna lie. I would feel very disrespected if I was picked first in that pick. I'd be like, "Give me that guy." I'd be like, "What do you mean?" But yeah, I mean, like you said, that picking last year's champs, going straight to them. That's pretty ballsy of them. But I don't know. I guess most people probably want to go for the easiest team. Easiest way to get into the next round, but I mean that's a crazy concept. I don't know how that would work in the MLS. Maybe instead of doing the play-in game, you take one spot out, and instead of doing the top 3, you just do whoever finishes first, and each conference gets to pick the team that they want. And it would add for a very interesting season. Imagine you finish the season number 1, you've got the most points ever in the MLS, and you're like, give me Toronto, and you lose to Toronto in the first round of the playoffs, bro. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be nuts, bro. My biggest question about this is like, imagine you're, let's see, Eastern Conference. Imagine you're Chicago and you just got in, right? The play-in game and everything. And they'd had this, like you get to call out whoever you want. And you're like Chicago, you're the front office. You see on the phone the caller ID, Philadelphia Union. And you're just like, we just ain't going to answer this phone call. Like, we're not around today. We're taking a lunch. And then the next team calls, and then you get to go with them instead of like Philadelphia because they called you first. I wonder how that works. I wonder if it's if you catch them on the phone, then you get to play them. But if you don't catch them on the phone, tough luck. So that's a little interesting to me too.
You have to send a certified letter, bro. I don't know. that's so true because it's like you're just avoiding and just being like, I'm gonna look out for that one team I do want to play, and when they come to me.
That'd just be funny to me. I was like, we're not gonna answer this phone call. Nope.
I don't know, man. That's such an interesting concept. But yeah, super cool that the 1, 2, and 3 seed get to pick their opponents.
Yeah.
I think but do you think it is that somebody picks first and it's like, okay, the number 1 seed gets the first pick, boom, number 2 seed,
I would think
then you
so.
go and make your selection. So that way it's not like, that's interesting.
Yeah, and honestly, it probably is like where 1 seed does take the 8th seed. Like it probably is gonna land that way. But again, like you guys were mentioning, like call out the previous champions. Maybe they're in 4th, or maybe they're in whatever seed. But it would be interesting to be like, oh, we're number 1, we're taking on number 2. Like let's go. You know what I mean? Like that's some cojones right there, dude. That's some like, yo, we're confident. We're gonna get going. We're gonna take out the team that we think could beat us. We're gonna take them out first round. Like, let's freaking go. So that would be dope. But again, very interesting concept. Most people would probably be like, why the hell are you doing this? This is so dumb. But it adds excitement, and I think it could add a very cool, addition to the playoffs. So we'll see if does this ever happen in the future. Probably not, but we'll see what happens. Next little thing too, I wanted to point this out to you guys because I'm not sure if you guys even knew this, but so you guys obviously know whoever wins the MLS Cup wins the MLS Cup. It's got like a name, whatever. It's a nice trophy, everything like that. But did you guys know that there is also a trophy that they give out to whoever gets last in the MLS? You didn't know, Fern? Do you know what it's called or what it is all about? Have you ever heard about it?
Yeah, it's called, I don't know.
He's BSing. I didn't put it on here on purpose just because I wasn't sure if you guys knew, so I wanted to ask. But it's not like a new concept. People have been doing this in the past. But there was like somewhat of like a fan-made trophy to where the last place team would receive what's called like the wooden spoon trophy. So essentially it's a wooden spoon, and it basically goes to whoever got last this season, right? And so basically, like, why did people make this happen? They're just trying, imagine you're a supporter. Let's see, you're trying to move on. And so basically, like a ton of, supporters just kind of got together and they're like, hey, obviously you don't ever get anything for being last, but why don't we make something to kind of commemorate a disastrous season and kind of give that team a literal wooden spoon that they constructed, by the way. They made the spoon and they put it on this trophy. And they have been giving it around to like different fan bases of teams as hey, you guys got last, congratulations. And funny enough, in doing this over the past few years, I believe it started in 2017 around that time.
I see 2015.
15, something like that. From what I've read, in the passing of this trophy, it has been dropped. So the spoon is not fully intact. It has actually been broken and has been put back together, piece by piece. So it's kind of funny that a last place trophy is a spoon, but it's also broken and has been put back together by the fans. So I think that's hilarious. It's a nice little added touch. But my question to you guys too with this one, if you guys had to guess, which Fern, you can't guess because you're probably reading the article, do you guys know who has had the trophy the most amount of times, meaning they've gotten last the most amount of times in the MLS regular season? What team do you guys guess would have done that?
Orlando,
okay.
I know for a fact before Messi got here, Miami won it probably a couple times, but they haven't been around to be the number 1. I don't know. I'd probably guess Kansas.
You're thinking Kansas? Okay, Orlando and Kansas. Close, but no dice. The team that's had the most last place finishes is actually a team that I had high hopes for this year. San Jose Earthquakes. They've actually had the most last place finishes since this whole thing started in like 2015, 2017, whatever. So if you look it up, I don't remember exactly how many times they've won it, but they've won it the most because they haven't had very good seasons, and they currently have it, actually. So because they had such a bad season last year, they currently have it. And I believe in the last place right now, what is it, DC United, or is it still Galaxy? Let me take a double.
It's DC United. I checked. They were the last one.
Yeah, so it could be going over to DC United this season, depending on how the last match day goes. Atlanta could take it, or even the Galaxy could. It just kind of depends on what happens. San Jose passing it off this year, but they've officially won it the most amount of times, which is kind of funny. just a little thing I wanted to add because I thought that was hilarious. Nice. We'll kind of go through the next ones pretty quickly here. Neymar to enter Miami. What do we think? Do we think this is legit? Do we think it's fake? Are we excited about this? Is this cool? Do you guys want to see Neymar in the MLS? What do you guys think about this potential blockbuster move?
Whatever keeps Messi in the MLS for as long as possible is okay with me.
That's a good way to put it.
With Alba and Busquets leaving, which are, I don't know if both of them are, but I know they would take up a designated player spot. I know they're kind of interchanging. I could see that happening. They'd probably, honestly, I'm surprised I haven't seen a Suarez retirement announcement yet.
Yeah, I know, right?
But with that being said, it'd be Messi, DePaul, Suarez, and Neymar in there, which, if I had to guess, they'd probably keep Suarez out of the designated player spot because he already had it. And obviously, Rodrigo DePaul is currently he's on loan. The coming year, he'll be actual signed Inter Miami player. They're probably going to give him a designated spot. Messi's keeping his designated spot. If Neymar does come, I would think he'd have to take that spot. I don't see any other way to get him. And honestly, as much as I love Suarez, I don't think he would deserve the designated spot, aside from just the fact that he's Suarez.
Yeah.
He has been playing really well. I'm not going to say he hasn't been playing well this season.
Mm-hmm.
But he should take the advice of his friends and follow along. But I mean, bro, if they get Neymar, it's gonna be crazy. Sen is kind of what they're using to promote it right now, bringing back that crazy partnership they had back in the 2014, 2015 era. I mean, it'd be nice to see happen. Neymar is a bit injury prone, so we'll see how it goes. I mean,
it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
What do you think, PZ?
I don't know. I was just looking into it a little bit more, and it's just like, bro, you've already had them together. Barcelona, PSG, had some elite trophy runs. Why not make it happen here, bro? And like Fernie said, if anything, I genuinely believe this would keep Messi in the MLS longer. And I think that's such an interesting angle, Fern, because I think it genuinely would be an incentive for Messi to be like, you know what, why not one more with this buddy right here, with Neymar? Like, we got to go for one more ride. And I could see that really be playing something there for him. But I think it'd be cool. Again, welcome to the retirement house of the world of soccer. This is really what the MLS has become. And at this point, I'll take it. Again, we can always go back to, do you think we'll ever outgrow that? I don't know. I don't know what soccer will become here. But at the end of the day, I think it would be cool to watch Neymar play. So there's that.
I did look it up just barely because I was curious to see how the contract would work. But his contract is ending December 2025, so there wouldn't be very much issues with Santos on that end. So.
Well, I definitely think that is a great angle in making Messi stay if they sign Neymar. My biggest thing with this move is that, like you mentioned, Neymar's very injury prone, and if we've learned anything about playing soccer on turf or just playing anything on turf this season, given the NFL season, people get injured. And I don't think Messi plays.
Messi doesn't play on turf, right?
Sorry, did I say Messi? I don't think Neymar plays. Messi has.
Has he? I was just wondering because I just assumed they changed it to grass every time he played in a stadium or something.
I think he played in Atlanta. And that has turf, so he's fine with it. I think he's came out and actually said he's fine with it, but clearly you want to play on grass most of the time. But my biggest thing is if Neymar comes, guarantee the guy doesn't play 50% of the season, 50% of the games, because of how injury prone this guy is. I think this guy is made of glass and he's just looking for a damn paycheck. You had a good run, bro, but literally you got you remember that guy on SpongeBob where he every time I wake up I break my legs, and then every time I do this I break my arms. That is Neymar. So have fun signing him.
Don't disrespect my guy like that, bro. Come on.
Hey, listen, he was a great player, but I'm not kidding. He is made of glass. It is ridiculous. Every time this guy has a run, I see him on the ground holding his ankle. He's out for the rest of the season. What's new?
This guy broke his back in the World Cup, bro. It's crazy.
Dude, got him out there, bro. Yes, this guy. So it's funny. That's Neymar, dude. It's legit. But we'll see. It will be a blockbuster move. We'll kind of see what happens, but only time will tell if he actually does come. World Cup stuff. Let's kind of go over World Cup really, really quick. I did just want to note a couple of things here. We do have some new qualified teams for the 2026 World Cup that we haven't updated since the last time we talked about it. So since the last episode, we've had Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Cape Verde, which I believe is our first time ever making it to a World Cup. So congratulations. South Africa, Qatar, England, Saudi Arabia, Ivory Coast, and Senegal. So congrats to those teams. They are in. They're ready to go. Lots of teams at this point, kind of getting in on the action. So only more to come, but obviously looking forward to that. So that'll be cool. Also noticed the thing on the Trionda, which is the official match ball for the FIFA World Cup. Did you guys see anything on that around how it could be the next Jabulani? Are you guys familiar with the Jabulani?
I hope so.
Yeah, we talked about
Hopefully it'll help me score some goals.
Jabulani. That one was the one that we talked about that one time that like they gave a sample of the ball to some player and he got really good at shooting with it, but other people were struggling with it, right?
Yeah, actually the GOAT, Messi, I believe had one of his worst World Cup performances with the Jabulani, where he had 20
So what you're telling me
shots and he couldn't score a goal.
They're conspiring against Messi.
Well, have you guys actually seen the conspiracy around who the next winner is and how FIFA's already decided on who?
No,
it is?
please tell me. I want to hear.
So, okay, this is off script, but like there was an image that came out around, I believe it was like a promo image with all of the previous World Cup winners and how it was like, Spain and Argentina and all them. They were all sitting on this bench. Messi was juggling the ball. And then there's like 3 seats next to the previous winners, right? And the colors of the 3 seats next to these players, people are saying the colors are telling you who the next winner is going to be, because the next one was like blue, which Messi would have been sitting in had he not been juggling. And the one after that was red. And so what they're saying, that are conspiring, are saying the next winner has a jersey that's going to be red. And so they're saying Spain or Portugal. And so they're saying, okay, if this is true, then FIFA, and honestly, if this comes true, like this will be nuts. But if Spain or Portugal win this next World Cup, then that's kind of the conspiracy that FIFA planned it. FIFA wanted it to happen. Team in red. Yada, yada, yada. But that's like this conspiracy that people came up with online.
Have you seen the new jerseys that they dropped? Like Adidas dropped the new World Cup jerseys
I heard
for all
that
their teams.
Somebody accidentally leaked them.
And Argentina actually has a second kit that's red.
You never know. Honestly, there's so many teams that have red, I feel, that it could honestly be just anybody. Like, it's a conspiracy again, but like, you never know. I think the big teams that you would assume were red, though, is like Spain and Portugal, obviously.
Too late, man. I already submitted my bet. I put my mortgage on it. I believe.
Who'd you put it on, though? Spain or Portugal?
Spain, baby.
That's the real question. They always have a good chance. I mean, I don't think anybody would mind that bet for sure. Okay, cool stuff. You just put something here, Fern. What did you have planned for this?
I just thought, because I was going to talk about the other World Cup, but as we were talking, I just thought maybe I would switch it up and we would, since the season's about to come to an end, this is the last week. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. I was kind of talking about the MVP race, which at the time was Evander, Lionel Messi, and Andres Dreyer. And I just wanted to see if you guys had any, changes in that. Is there somebody coming up currently going into the final week of the season who you think, besides obviously Messi, which is probably the front runner now at this point, just because of the fact that he is 8 goals and assists ahead of Andres Dreyer now. Is there anybody that, has come up that you guys feel maybe deserves to be in the MVP discussions, or who you think will actually end up winning?
There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I mean, I think clearly most people are going to say Messi. That's probably going to be the biggest one. Let me drop it again. But I think in my book, given the season, given the expansion team, given everything going on, I would only feel right if you give it to Andres Dreyer. He is my front runner for the MVP. I think he's done amazing things for San Diego. He's just kind of always there. He's been that guy, scoring goals, assisting, leading this team. So for me, it's Dreyer. I can understand the Messi conversation, but in a perfect world for me, Dreyer gets the MVP, Leo gets the Golden Boot. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I know last time we talked about it, I was under the same impressions that, it's crazy saying it because Messi's just so far ahead of everybody. This guy's literally one assist behind being top assist and top goal scorer in the MLS. So, but yeah, like you said, Andres Dreyer coming in to the MLS, being a whole new team, and then not only that, but carrying them to, I guess, second place? Yeah, there's no way they can get into first.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
leading them to second place is a very big achievement, and I think that qualifies as a most valuable player aside from the fact that Messi has all the stats there. He just is that player
for sure
for his team, which I mean Messi is too, but
yeah.
Messi already got it last year. Give it to somebody else.
Exactly. What do you think, PZ?
Messi is him, bro. Messi is him. Give it to Messi. No, just kidding. I don't know. I was just catching the tail end of that. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. Everything's just kicking me off of this recording. Reyes, was I hearing you say in a perfect world, Messi takes the Golden Boot, Dreyer takes MVP?
I was I was just asking who we think is the MVP this year, or if there's anybody coming into the conversation that wasn't in the conversation when we had it a couple months ago or last month, which was Evander, Lionel Messi, and Andres Dreyer, and who you think would win.
I think just honestly thinking about the conversations we've had all season on this podcast, bro, I think very consistently we have mentioned those three names. I think Evander was maybe a little bit earlier on in the season, but overall Dreyer and Messi have been on repeat over and over and over again, that at this point, I think either of them deserve it. And I don't know, I'm just thinking back on every single episode where each of us would have highlighted, I think, each of those players at one point or another. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think both of them are deserving. I don't think I'd be pumped one way or the other. I don't know. I think both of them just have been outstanding this season.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. So I think both of those two, and then maybe what we'll do in the next episode too, because I think those two are kind of the awards you mostly think about, is the MVP and the Golden Boot. But I would also see best goalkeeper, newcomer of the year, the young, up and coming player of the year as well. We can definitely go over that and kind of see what we think. But those are definitely some interesting awards to kind of go over. But yeah, again, Dreyer, Messi, they're the front runners for me for sure. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what. I'm curious too. Is it like a voting system, like a player voting system, or like a fan voting system, or is it a journalist that's just gonna let Messi have this, or you know what I mean? What's
if they let me vote, you already know.
Yeah, we don't have to ask you, sick bro, but we'll figure that out. But just to kind of get this off and cap off the episode, boys, again, last regular season match day, match week of the season. Lots of games, 15 games. Everybody's playing here, lots to play for still. What stands out to each of you for this match day?
Really quickly. It's a weighted vote between three groups: the MLS players, the MLS club technical staff, and selected media members, and each group is 1/3 of the total vote.
That's pretty fair, so that's solid.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then just not just cut you off, obviously you already have it highlighted. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but that game is going to be a bit nuts. Inter Miami fighting to get second place, I believe. I mean, Nashville's in the playoffs already. They don't have to worry about dropping down to the playoff. Oh, I mean, there's a possibility they could drop to play-in, so they kind of want to win this game. Inter Miami wants to finish second. They have way more goals than FC Cincinnati, so if they win this game and Cincinnati wins, then wait. Oh, it's because they have the Cincinnati beat them. I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Why is FC Cincinnati above? But it's because they have the tie. So, yeah, I think this game is going to be very good. I feel like Inter Miami is going to win this game. I don't know what the score is going to be. I know Messi's getting at least 1 goal and 2 assists to finish top goal scorer and top assist in the season.
Okay. Like that, dude. Nice. Yeah, this is a solid matchup for sure. Two top teams going at it, and, playoff seeding implications. So, that as well as the cherry on top with the Golden Boot race. So we'll see, man. What was it too? And I think we mentioned this way back when. What was that game? Was it a 4-goal game that had that Sam Surridge had like towards the beginning of the season? Was it 4 goals where they won like 7-0 against some team? Was that the case? You guys remember that game?
I feel like that sounds very familiar. I'm gonna go look for it real quick.
While you do that, Peasy, what do you think, man? What stands out
Chicago
to you?
Fire, April 26th, 7-2. Sam Surridge scored 4 goals.
Yeah. I mean, could it happen again? Probably not, but you never know.
That'd be so sick, man.
Yeah.
As for me, got my eye on that New York City FC versus Seattle Sounders game. There is some home field at stakes there for New York City FC. It could swing with this results of this game. The Sounders have been relatively okay. These last few, well, I'm just mostly saying that because they made me sad. But yeah, so just some home field stakes there for New York City FC. And then we've already talked about the Dallas versus Vancouver game a little bit as well, looking at the west side there. Obviously, we're going to be watching the RSL game, being RSL fans ourselves, but that Vancouver Whitecaps versus FC Dallas could also be really cool. And you all said that number one race isn't even realistic for them at this point in time, right? It's like they'd have to score something crazy.
Vancouver's in first.
Yeah, San Diego would have to be the one that has to score.
FC Dallas would have to beat them by a good amount of goals, and then San Diego would also have to score a good amount of goals because I believe they're 10 points ahead of San Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be some crazy
stuff. Crazy happened. Just
I mean, during what was it, the Champions Cup? Was it when we were like, oh, the Galaxy needs to win by this much, and then these guys, the Sounders or Portland needs to lose by this much, and it ended up happening. So you never know.
Bro, yeah, and it's like, and that's the cool thing about having like going to decision day, and having some stuff up for grabs still is really exciting. So we'll see how it all shakes out. I'm sure there'll be text flying in our group chat here this weekend as these games go on, but very excited to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, for sure. No, those are solid picks for sure. I got 2 that I'm looking forward to for this Saturday. First and foremost, I would love to see Charlotte get some home field advantage and beat Philadelphia Union. I doubt Philly puts in, the full squad there, the outpower squad. They're number one. They have home field for the rest of the season. Doesn't really matter for them. But if Charlotte can kind of get that 4th place, secure that spot, like I think that'll be really cool for them to have that home field advantage, and really just show that fan base, what playoff soccer could be, because I think that's kind of what they deserve, what they've been doing all season long. They've been showing up, they've been showing out. They have a really cool tradition there before the games, as well as when, the player of the match or when players score, they kind of go up to that chair, which is super cool in my opinion. So I think this will be a good matchup. I also agree with the rest of them that you guys, mentioned as well. But I think one that we're kind of missing out on here is whoever will take the wooden spoon home at the very end of the season. We got the Cheeks Bowl going on as well. We got Atlanta playing DC United. So 2 teams, I believe, they're last place. These 2 teams are last place.
Yes,
bro.
The entire thing. So who gets last at the end of the season? Is it DC United or is it Atlanta? 2 teams that honestly I don't think any of us would have guessed them to be this bad.
Atlanta fell off, bro. It's wild.
Yeah, same with DC. DC had a really good. I believe the Golden Boot winner last year was in DC United.
Yeah, it was Benteke.
Benteke. Like, who would have thought that they fell this bad? But at the end of the day, whoever loses this game gets that that wooden spoon, and has to hold it until next season. So this is also one that I'm looking at to see who gets last place.
So we have had a lot of talks about retirement, mostly coming from the Inter Miami side. I don't know if you guys saw, but there's actually another retirement coming out of the Atlanta facility, which is actually Brad Guzman or whatever is retiring. So I hope that Atlanta United lose so Guzan can finish his career with the trophy.
Oh man, dude! Didn't Atlanta win it a while back, like a few years ago? Like, when did they
Oh,
win it?
dude,
Did they not win it?
I'm ready. They won it in like 2018. I was ready to drop the F Atlanta and F Guzman, bro. That guy irritates me so much, bro. The freaking
Why?
last year, this guy would not stop saving the balls. They literally beat Miami last year in the
I know.
playoffs. They beat the number one team in
Those
the
were the
MLS in the playoffs, and now they're second to bottom, hopefully
Yeah,
bottom.
they were like that Atlanta versus Miami games were so good every single time. It was like 3-4 every game. It was wild. But I can understand the hate that you have going on there for sure. So we'll see. But that's sad. I mean, the guy's been I feel like he's been very, popular in the sport in the MLS, and that's kind of sad to see him go. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he ends up getting that wooden spoon at the end of the season. So crazy stuff, boys. Okay, guys. I mean, I guess this is it. This has been episode number 35. Any final words, final comments before we sign off?
See you in the playoffs, mother truckers.
I hope we'll see. These will be some good games, so it'll
Yeah.
be exciting to see how everything turns out and how the Golden Boot race ends. So that's
Yeah.
probably, and I guess the top assist race as well. So it'll be exciting to see how it ends up. So
Nice.
shouts out.
Sweet. Well, cool. Well, appreciate you boys. Appreciate you fellas for the time. Thank you all that tuned in. Appreciate y'all. Please continue to like, share, subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and what did I miss? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
OnlyFans.
TikTok. You can find Fern on OnlyFans if you'd like. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we'll go into the playoffs nice and happy. We're going to do this. So we'll keep y'all posted, but appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.